I let my parents lose their house without sending a dollar, and told my brother the truth when he drove 4 hours to call me selfish. My brother Nolan showed up at my apartment unannounced on a Tuesday night. He didn't even sit down. He said mom and dad were living out of a motel off the interstate, and I was the only one in the family making real money, and how could I just sit here doing nothing? I told him to sit down. He didn't. I said, "Do you know why I moved out at 17? He said, "Because I was always difficult." That's what mom told him. I'm the oldest of 4. Nolan is the youngest. There are 11 years between us. He grew up in a completely different version of that house. When I was 13, dad got laid off from the plant. Mom sat me down at the kitchen table and told me I needed to start working because they couldn't keep covering all 4 of us. I started bussing tables at a diner 3 blocks from school. I'd walk straight from class, work until close, walk home in the dark. Every single paycheck went to mom. She said she was putting it away for me. She called it my future fund. By the time I was 16, I'd handed over somewhere around $14,000. I asked about it once because I wanted to apply for a summer program at the community college and needed the registration fee. She got real quiet. Then she told me the money had gone to Nolan's club soccer fees, Bridget's braces, and a deposit on the van dad needed for his new job. All of it. Every dollar. I asked why nobody told me. She said, "You're the oldest. That's what the oldest does." I didn't yell. I just stopped coming home after my shifts. I slept on a cot in the back of the diner for 3 weeks before my manager's wife noticed and offered me their spare room. When I left for good at 17, mom told the whole family I was on drugs. She told our church. She told our neighbors. Nobody came looking for me. I put myself through community college working doubles, got a transfer scholarship, got a degree, got a job that actually pays. Not a single person from my family helped with any of it. Nolan stared at me for a long time. Then he said, "That was a long time ago. They're different now." I opened my desk drawer and pulled out a birthday card. It was from mom, sent 2 years ago. The first thing she'd sent me in over a decade. Inside, she'd written, "So proud of you, sweetheart. You always were our little worker bee. We could really use help with the property taxes this year. Love, Mom." That was the entire card. No call for my college graduation. No message when I got hired. Nothing for 12 years. But the year she found out I was making good money, suddenly, I existed again. Nolan read the card twice and set it down on the table. He said, "She's still your mother." I said, "She told the entire town I was on drugs, so nobody would wonder why their 17-year-old disappeared." He didn't answer that. He left around midnight. No hug. Didn't say goodbye. Just walked out. 2 weeks later, my sister Bridget called, the one who got braces with my diner money. She said the family had a group call without me. They decided I was being deliberately cruel. Mom apparently sobbed the entire time, saying she didn't understand where she went wrong with me. Bridget asked if I would at least match what everyone else was putting in. I asked if she knew about the $14,000. Dead silence. Then she said, "Mom told us you offered that money." I didn't even know what to say to that. I told her I was 13 years old. I was bussing tables in the dark and handing over my paychecks at the kitchen table. I didn't offer anything. I was told it was being saved for me. Bridget said, "Well, I didn't know that." Then she said she had to go. 3 months later, I got an email from Dad. First one he'd ever sent me in my life. 4 lines. "Your mother is in the hospital. Stress-related. The doctors say it's serious. I hope you can live with yourself." I read it 3 times sitting in my car in a parking garage after work. Then I closed my phone and drove home. Last week, my cousin Rena called. She said Mom had been telling the extended family that I stole money from them when I was a teenager, and that's the real reason they had to let me go. I said, "She told people I stole it?" Rena said, "She's been saying it for years." That's the version everyone knows. Every paycheck I earned at 13, 14, 15, 16 years old. Every dollar I walked home in the dark to hand over at that kitchen table. She turned it into theft. I asked Rena what Nolan said after he visited me. She said Nolan never mentioned visiting me at all. He sat in my apartment. He read the card. He heard every word, and he went home and said nothing.